Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Are you Tetris pilled yet?
I've been Tetris pilled.
Are you? No, you've been coddled by all the new additions since the Super Nintendo Tetris. You haven't playing that old Game Boy Tetris and that in the original NES Tetris.
NES is easier than that one for sure.
Oh, the Game Boy one is the hardest?
Yeah, by like a long shot.
I feel like here's what I don't get. Boomers had the hardest video games in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It was because video games were designed to be impossible to beat, so they would steal all your quarters. But their brains couldn't handle more buttons. Where maybe it was just too jarring. Where when we started with Nintendo and Super Nintendo, games were still like there were still some sadistic game developers who are like, yeah, you got to make it hard. What are you talking about? They got to get their money worth. They can't like the Ghosts and Goblins developers or whatever.
Yeah.
But we, in our generation, because I guess we're not. Gen X isn't very big gamers either. That's who I guess I'm talking about.
I think Gen X games less than
the boomers.
Yeah,
the boomers were the arcade gamers.
Gen X does the least stuff because they were cool.
They had the
huge quotation marks around cool. They were like, we do drugs and hang out.
They had the most music, though. They did the 60s and 70s. Sorry, I'm adjusting these levels. I hate when someone else uses our equipment and changes all the knobs. Ooh, that should sound better right there. I was twisting the wrong knobs. They plugged it in the wrong holes. So Gen X, they don't play the video games. But I'm wondering, because we had to play all those hard video games, and now... growing up playing Counter-Strike, the hardest, most toxic game ever.
Yeah, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, the two hardest games ever made.
Yeah, StarCraft, I remember playing.
Those two games specifically, there will never in the history of the world be harder games.
And so I feel like I'm in this sweet spot where I haven't played Call of Duty since, when was the Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare? Like 2007?
Yeah, something crazy. 2009 maybe?
I haven't played Call of Duty in over a decade. And I picked up the new Call of Duty, and I'm holding my own. I got to in the what's the Warzone? I got to second place in like my first couple of rap matches. I was cheesing a little bit, but it was like, oh, I am capable. I have this skill in video games that I'll just be pretty all right for the rest of my life.
I mean, there is that. I will say Call of Duty, the reason it's so popular is because they figured out how to matchmake skill levels. Like they know, and they'll give you enough so that you win sometime. Like they know where you belong, and they'll put you in there. One of the big things that people got mad about with the last Modern Warfare, not in Warzone but in regular, was it was hard skill-based matchmaking that was not designed to cookie crumb you. And so no one anywhere except for the top 1% of players was putting up high kill games.
I like that.
Everyone was getting shit on because you were playing. It was Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So people were like, "This is Call of Duty. We don't want Counter-Strike. Let us fucking just play." And so then they had to switch it back so that like it matchmake you against people who are kind of your skill, but they widened the gap. So sometimes you'd be with way better players, sometimes you'd be with way worse players. So some matches you could, I got 30 kills. I'm really good. But then you played against like a bunch of 8-year-olds, and they would just fucking wreck you.
There should be two modes. There should be casual dad, I just got off my job and I want to win mode, and then there should be there should be a button that said, "Are you unemployed?" Yeah, and I want to play unemployed mode. Well, I'm like, I got the time.
Everyone wanted that. Everyone wanted that.
The button switch.
Yeah. Everyone wanted it, but here's the thing: no one pushes unemployed mode. The people who are the best go casual mode, please, so that they can fucking stomp. You know, it's so.
Maybe Jordan Peterson and Elon Musk are right about anonymity on the internet. You should have to scan your photo ID and be like, here's my skill level.
The only times people do click give me hard is when they play like ranked mode. But
multiplayer is
it's different from just sitting down and playing Call of Duty.
Multiplayer games and its consequences have been a disaster for dads coming home and trying to cool off after work.
It really has been. Is it any worse than coming home and trying to beat like the Batman video game on NES?
I was gonna say that's better because you can you can put the controller down. And you feel like you're slowly chipping away at a game, or like Tetris is like you're doing the high score thing where you're like, the only person I need to beat is me.
True.
Where, modern games stink. There's no end. It's just a casino style of all these colors and skins trying to get you.
I play games that end all the time.
We should play Tetris.
I agree. I mean, I do play Tetris every day. I'm not as good as I want to be. I was getting really better at Tetris, like, because I was trying to get better, and then I just stopped playing to be good and training, because you have to like grind out these like marathon 1 minute 30-second thing. Like, there's ways to train.
No, don't see that
exactly. I stopped. I was like, what? I'm gonna listen to music, and I'm just gonna turn my brain off.
This is your problem. You as a normie, a normal brained man, are like, oh, I see the strategy. I need to do this and trade. When I get into Tetris zones, ooh, it just locks into my autismo.
Well, yeah, that's what you have to do. But that's not how you train.
No, I don't
train. To get into the Tetris zone, you can't train if you're in the Tetris zone. No,
you're a human trying to wrangle a machine. I'm like the Navi in Avatar. I'm like R2-D2 with his little dongle, and I just plug right into the machine, and I'm like, I am Tetris.
Yeah.
I am the Tetronob.
You should go.
What are the Tetronauts?
You should go win a Tetris tournament.
Dude, do they have Tetris tournaments?
Yeah, of course they do. There's a whole there's a documentary.
Here's the problem with Tetris. Women don't like it. I think women would rather watch you play Call of Duty or Fortnite, a children's game, than watch a guy play Tetris.
I think every woman likes Tetris until they realize how I'm gonna play Tetris. They go, "Oh, Tetris, let me play," and then it's like, "So you're just gonna keep playing as fast and as hard as you can for 2 hours?" And I go, "Yeah." They're like, "I don't like that. I don't want to do that. It sucks."
You know how when you play for a while, then you start like seeing how things in the world, I'm bagging my groceries like this. I'm packing my car like this.
Yeah, when you become. That's what pro Tetris players say. They go, if you play too much Tetris, you accidentally start to turn all of life into Tetris. You start seeing Tetris like your wife's head is like turning sideways and then going into your son's shoulder. You're like, oh, fuck, my brain is fucked.
Tetris is the reason why it was like one of the precursors to why I dropped out of high school. Because it was like 9th or 10th grade math that's when I started like falling. And we had the TI 86 or 89 calculators, and you could link them, and we were playing Tetris against each other on the calculators, me and my buddy Sean, and we would just play all class and do no work. And then I think the next year I was on swim team, and that lasted for 2 weeks because my friends were like, "Hey, come play Call of Duty 1 up in the Mac lab." And then I was like, "Video games are so much better than a teacher not teaching me anything, but just giving me tests."
Yeah.
What do you think kids do in school now?
I think there's better teachers now.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you think that?
Because a bunch of my friends are teachers, and they like talk to me about what they do. I went and like sat in on a class and like gave a talk once for my friend, and his class was pretty good.
Was it a scared straight?
It was. He did teach at an alternative high school for a while, and that was the high school I went and talked to.
And you're like, "Hey, man, you better. This is your last chance. If you don't shape up here, it's not gonna work out for you, unless it does, which sometimes it does."
Yeah.
So whatever, I'm not your dad. That's how.
I remember the Undertaker's daughter was there.
The Undertaker. The Undertaker,
yes.
The Mr. The Undertaker.
Mr. The Undertaker, yes.
How do you know it's his daughter?
Because if you're the Undertaker's daughter, you tell people. And then I was like, "Is that real?" And my friend was like, "It's actually real." I was like, "Whoa!"
Was she tall?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did she wear one of those
Yeah.
flat-brimmed?
Did she have a little guy who followed her around with an urn?
A little fat friend?
Yes, take the test.
Her fat goth friend?
Yeah. She wakes up in a coffin and just fucking...
She was 350 pounds and 6'2" in high school?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
So...
yeah, why do you need to get
But maybe some teachers are really bad. Maybe we just had... Utah has one of the worst educations in the country.
It really does. It was like ranked 48th or 49th when I was
crazy
on like
bad it
spending. But the weird crazy thing is it's right on spending, it's ranked 48th and 49th in like the nation, but they punch well above their weight. They're like, "Hey, but we're like 35th. So we're doing all right." And it's like, no,
yeah.
You should spend a little bit more. You don't want to be the ones who spend, I don't know.
Yeah, Utah sucks. They don't take care of teenagers or kids because they're kind of like, families will do it. And it's like, some families will.
Some families do.
Some families do.
And a lot don't.
Yeah, man. A lot of us get left to our own devices.
And sometimes it works out.
And sometimes it doesn't. I don't think anyone should be left to their own devices at any point in their life.
I disagree. I think there should be a year or two where you go off on your own.
No one goes off on their own. You're never on your own. Even if you fuck up, even if you do the worst thing possible and get addicted to drugs, you did that with the help of other people. There is not one thing in this life you can do alone.
What if you move to China and don't speak the language? Technically you're right, but what I'm talking about, I'm doing spirit of the law, you're doing letter of the law.
I'm not doing letter of the law. I'm doing humanity. I'm doing reality.
I'm going to go move in the woods.
That is the one thing I will admit. But even then, you got to take the equipment and all the shit and the knowledge other people gave you.
And you got to mail bombs back in. It's
you
so
mail
annoying.
Bombs.
Because when you're in the woods, you're there, but the society keeps getting closer and closer. And unless you just, hey, stay away.
Yeah.
Do you
remember when the government was going to tie fucking bombs to pigeons and bats?
What?
And let them go in Japan and Germany?
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So you don't know about this. So there was a thing where they were planning on putting these little devices that would spark and make flames. And I have
heard of using a rat, like lighting a rat or a cat on fire. It's like a medieval tool, right?
That's a medieval thing. Yeah,
where you light a rat on fire and then you just fuck them into a house.
Yeah, so this is
like why wouldn't just a bottle of rum work?
Yeah, I don't know why they were doing that. I've heard of that too. I don't know if that's real, but I do know that they did light livestock on fire and then stampede them.
Oh.
That's a real thing people did. Or not the livestock themselves on fire, but they would put stuff on their back that was on fire and then do that.
Think about the first guy who was like, what if we light an arrow on fire?
Oh, dude. People were just like, what? You're a fucking genius. Though I will say they lit arrows on fire way less than in movies. Because there's no reason to have them on fire if you're shooting them at guys. You only light them on fire with rags on them if you're trying to shoot thatch roofs or whatever.
So
Anyway, the government was
Which government?
Our government.
The United States government?
Yeah, the United States
government.
During
what time era?
World War II.
Okay.
So anyway, they were going to attach a bunch of little bombs and release thousands of birds or whatever into Germany, and then the birds would go roost, and then they would just set them off. I guess I don't know. It never happened, obviously, but their whole plan was to have bird bombs, just fucking birds that are bombs. I swear to God, it's real. Now I want to look it up.
It sounds like the item in Worms Armageddon. The pigeon,
ruled.
the homing pigeon grenades. That's insane.
I'm going to Google USA bird bomb World War II and see if it just auto-populates anything.
If I had to trust an animal...
Project Pigeon.
Dude, no wonder it failed. The code name stinks.
This
is... I don't think this is real.
Was it American behaviorist B.F. Skinner's attempt to develop pigeon-controlled guided bomb? No, this is different.
Wait, pigeon-controlled guided bomb. No, I'm talking about Project Pigeon. I think that's a fake thing because the name is too on the nose. You need if the government is really doing something, the name is either the exact opposite or something so generic that you would never. So it'd be like Project Roost, and you'd be like, "What is that? What is that?" And so if you're like Project Pigeon, you're like, "Oh, I know what they're doing. They're going to use pigeons. They're going to strap a gun or a grenade to a pigeon."
Okay, I found it.
Is this a World War II one?
Your thing is fucking. You have a point.
Okay.
But
I always have points.
They fucking in World War II. They weren't good at naming things.
Oh, okay. Naming
They were.
You
just
know what?
like,
They didn't have to be. All the names were. That's like creating a username. Do you remember creating a username in the 90s? I am Mac Arthur.
yeah.
Easy.
yeah.
Dude,
Shayne.Smith. No one else has it.
It was so nice.
So this is what happened. Firstly, it's Operation Bat Bomb.
Right.
Sounds like Batman's doing it. Bat bombs were an experimental World War II weapon developed by the United States. The bomb consisted of a bomb-shaped casing with over 1,000 compartments, each containing a hibernating Mexican free-tailed bat with a small-timed incendiary bomb attached. Dropped from a bomber at dawn, the casings would deploy a parachute mid-flight and then open to release the bat, which would then disperse and roost in the eaves of attics.
Oh, that's kind
In a
of
20 to 40 mile radius, the incendiaries, which were set on timers, would then ignite and start fires in inaccessible places, largely wood and paper constructions of Japanese cities that were the weapon's intended target. The United States Navy took control in August 1943 using they used the codename Project X-Ray.
See, that's a good one. You're
But
like,
the bat
what
bomb
is
is
that?
like an actual giant bomb.
Yeah,
and then
and it
you put a
releases all
bunch
the
of
bats.
you got to get bats into it. Dude, I want to know the guy who's like joins the Air Force and then he's like, God damn it, my job is to put bats in this bomb.
Damn.
Dude, you got to get every little bat. He's got to get a little bomb on him.
They
Then you got to
probably-
set all the little timers.
Oh, and then if they get loose early, you're like, fuck.
Oh, no! What if one gets loose and flies away? You go, oh, fuck, some family's going to have a bat bomb in their house.
You gotta let the what eat bats? Hawks?
You got to do the Simpsons episode where you're like, fuck, we accidentally released the bat bomb. We got to fucking release the countermeasure, which is snake bomb.
Snakes don't eat bats.
I don't know. You release lizard bomb, like or bat eating lizard
It
bomb.
has to be like an owl. Owls or hawks have to eat bats.
Dude, what eats bats? I don't know, man, but if you get owl bomb, then you got owls everywhere. You
I
got
know.
to take care of that.
I know.
Then you go cat bomb.
I know a certain type of people that eat bats. It is
Yeah?
very controversial.
Is it a South American tribe?
Dude, I would eat a bat.
Yeah, tons of people eat bats.
Dude, I would love to eat a bat. Although I've said I would love to eat anything. Damn, the bat bomb.
Yeah, it's so funny to just be like doing it and then it just opens and all the bats fly out in your town, like where you're at. You're just like, oh, fuck. Do we tell people like we got fucking remote controlled bomb bats everywhere? Oh, that would suck.
You remember that video of the guy trying to remove the whale carcass with dynamite?
Kind of.
Kind of. This is one of the most famous videos. Like,
I think if you showed it to me, I would be like, oh, yeah. It's on a beach and there's like wood and shit on the beach too.
yeah, but
Because
it's kind of like it's really old video.
But it just blows up the middle of him, right?
It blows him up, and then a bunch of whale chunks go and like smash cars and hit people, and it like makes a horrible mess and almost
Dude,
like kills some people. I think.
Fuck! I know I've seen it, but now I got to rewatch it. I think the last time I saw it, I was young.
But I was thinking, what if? Because this is my CIA brain. Where I'm like, what if we took a whale carcass and we put a nuke in it?
Oh,
And so then you just kind of you have like a little submarine that goes up the whale's ass, and then you push the whale carcass onto the beach, and then near a port.
yeah.
And people will be like, "Oh, look, it's a whale carcass floating. We should get near it and drag it away." But then it'll be too late.
And
That's
then the
smart.
nuke goes off.
And then you take over their port. I guess you don't want to nuke a port because ports are too valuable.
Yeah, you don't want to nuke a port.
That is one of those things where you can't absolutely destroy a thing because sometimes like a bridge in battle.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite quotes from Dune.
What?
He who controls a thing can destroy. He who can destroy a thing controls the thing.
Oh,
Which I think I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, yeah, if because they're like Muad'Dib, but Paul is like, I'll fucking blow up Arrakis. No one will get spice in the universe. Like, no. We'll talk.
yeah. That is a good one to be like, dude, I'll fucking just...
I'll burn this shit down.
Yeah.
You need it more than I do.
Yeah.
I can, but he who can destroy a thing controls the thing.
So interesting. Why don't they breed worms and put them other places?
Interesting. You say that. Maybe you should read the books.
The second one?
The second, the third, a little bit of the fourth, but stop there. Don't read past. Never read past book 4.
I never read past book 1.
Oh, you should. It's really good. It's a very philosophical book.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I know 1 was kind of like, it was an old school. There's a lot of like exposition. I get it, but I never read 2 and 3.
That's more of just like, yeah, this rules. This is fun. I want to see these characters kill more people.
Yeah.
It's not as deep. The second and third ones aren't as deep. You know what I was thinking about?
What's that?
I don't see a lot of people wearing their own merch walking through the city.
You don't?
I'm wearing my merch.
You do?
I'm wearing
every day.
I'm wearing the Cowboy Boys hat at cowboyboys.store, available now. And the Cowboy Boys sweater, very comfy now. It's cool. But other people don't wear their merch. I feel like Kanye right now, wearing my own shit.
Oh yeah, he does.
It's like, damn, that's the goal. You want to be wearing your stuff, not other people's. Or is that cringe to wear your own merch at your own show? It'd be so. I would love to do that.
It does seem like a boomer thing in my mind.
What?
To wear your own stuff? I think it depends contextually too. Like what are you? What are you doing? Are you like, do you play for the Lakers and wearing Lakers gear is cool? I don't know.
If you're part of a team?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think of it, honestly.
Are you embarrassed of our merch?
No.
You never wear it around me.
I don't wear it. I don't have any.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I give you the hat.
I gave it to someone else.
Oh.
I gave all our merch away to people who wanted our merch.
I do that too.
Yeah. Or I sold it. I mean.
Oh, yeah?
I'm hawking it. Not even to someone who likes a podcast. I'm just on the street like, hey, you want a hat for $5? Some guy was like, oh, shit, dude.
You want some official bootleg merch?
Yeah, I'm bootlegging our own merch.
That would be sweet.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, man. I fucking gave our merch to people. And, yeah, fuck it, dude.
I was hoping that girl at the grocery store saw me wearing it. Because yesterday at the grocery store there was a beautiful skinny woman in front of me, and she's trying to buy
her brand new goth boots. So
I didn't even look at her boots.
New to being goth.
Oh, was she?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
And she was buying her skinny girl meals, some soup and some cigarettes, probably. Some like Werther's original candies. And then her card got declined twice in front of me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, because if you get declined once, then you like put stuff back. You're like, hey, yeah, you gotta go sort yourself out, figure out what's happening.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. I've had a decline and then just pay with cash, and then it worked like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, I hate that.
I've had a decline because I'm a piece of shit who just overspent all my money all the time in my teens. I loved it. I'm like, what?
Dude, I used to do that constantly. Here's what I would do. I would go and I would do it to get a refill at 7-Eleven. Like I would get my soda, because I could only afford to drink refills.
Damn.
So
you're getting card declines on 70-cent refills at 7-Eleven?
Here's what I knew I was going to get declined. Because I only had like 30 cents in my account, brother. Because this is how it goes. Yeah, I would have like 3 days of zero money. And that's how I lived until I was like 31.
Yeah,
until 4 years ago, I lived that way.
It's crazy how we're freer, but we're almost worse because we don't have. I don't know about you. I don't want to speak for you, but I have no real debts. And when you have a bunch of debt, you're almost like, fuck it. I'll take on more. I can spend whatever. I'll buy a jet ski, add it to the pile. I'm never paying that off.
Yeah.
But when I have zero money, I have zero credit, and the banking system's like, fuck you, you reprobate. Get some fucking debt. And I'm like, I don't want any. I want to buy shit, but I don't want. I want to pay for it now. And so
yeah, I don't have debt either. Well, I have. I got a bill from the fucking hospital today. But I'm just gonna pay that. I guess I owe the IRS all the time.
Yeah, they love butt fucking you.
Dude, they really do. It's fucking crazy how hard they fuck you if you work for yourself.
Oh yeah, it's almost
nuts.
like it's by design.
Oh, I
they
know.
want you to be in the system. They
Oh.
want you to. They want you to have in. You need a office job, and so you can have insurance and pay relatively smaller amount of taxes instead of 50%. You're paying like 40.
They'll do anything to stop you. It's so funny. Anyway, I'm gonna move out of New York. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go to fucking Orange County, California.
Oh yeah, right. Like it's gonna be better there.
Yeah, in Orange County.
No, you need to move to a state where, like New Hampshire, where they're or like you need to move to a state where they're like fuck taxes.
Montana.
Maybe
Montana.
Is Montana the?
No, I'm just gonna fucking go to a place where the city taxes aren't crazy, and fucking I'll pay a little bit of tax to have perfect weather year round, I guess.
You'll get soft. You need the harshness of winter,
dude. I have
to keep you humble.
I have plenty enough harshness, dude. I did winter my whole life.
Yeah, and you'll get soft. I've already lost my above sea. I'm sea level pilled now.
Oh, I know. When I go to
Utah,
when I go back to Utah, I get all sick. Like for the first day, I'm like, oh fuck.
Dude, so you have to keep a little bit of adversity in your life, and that's why I think everyone in LA is a bad person. Their weather's too perfect. They're bad people. If you're
people in LA are bad, but not because the weather's too good.
I think there's a myriad of reasons, but that doesn't help. Oh, another beautiful, perfect day. I guess I'll be a bad person. Everything's going well for me.
You know what? You've convinced me. I'm gonna move to Baja, Mexico.
Why is that? Because it's too hot there?
No, because it's the same thing. It's the exact same weather. What are you talking about?
Mexico taxes are probably pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's probably pretty chill there. I bet you I can fucking float for a while in Mexico.
You could.
I'm gonna look into that.
Los vaqueros hombres. Los hombres vaqueros? Am I saying that right? Coming soon.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, we can record from Mexico.
Dude, I'm not leaving New York till I conquer it.
Conquer it?
Mm-hmm.
What does conquering it look like for you?
I get some business lady pregnant.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's it. Some Jewish American princess.
One of my friends, she's like really baby hungry, and she's
hook me up.
Dude, she's legitimately thinking about just like letting someone get her pregnant.
I'll do it.
I'm like, don't do that. She's like, I want a kid and I have a job. I fucking can just do it. And
what's her job? Without revealing too much.
I can't say it. It's so specific. It'll reveal who she is if I say.
How tall is she?
I think she's. I don't know. I think she's medium. She's like 5. I think she's like 5'8".
Tell her I don't have any cavities. I don't have any cavities. I'm relatively intelligent.
Yeah. What if she's like, okay, donate your sperm. I don't want you to fuck me.
That's not part of the deal. What if it? Because when you transfer it into a receptacle, I will settle for in the same room. Where I like
compromise.
I'm like and then she does whatever.
Yeah, like into a spoon.
But I can't. I need to make sure, because what if I don't want those medical science, like donate my body to medical science?
Yeah, and then they use your body for like fucking darts or something. You're like, hey, that's not science.
They test like military weapons on your.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so funny when it was someone's grandma. They like donated to medical science to like, well, we hope that they'll research her Alzheimer's and like find. And then they found out like DARPA bought their grandma's body and then just blew it up with a missile. And they're like, oh, that's what happens when a missile hits a body. That's what happens when a missile hits an 80-year-old dead lady. Interesting. Let's write that down in our notes.
Yeah. Just writing down catastrophic damage. Dude, they had to test that one Hellfire missile that turns into a fucking mountain of razor blades and just saws someone alive.
I would sign up for that.
Yeah,
but I feel
currently right now with your live body.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I feel.
Because I get why that family was angry, but I'm like someone like, sign me up for the DARPA tests.
Oh yeah, blow my body up.
I want to, but like, give the footage to someone. I guess it's top secret.
Yeah, dude. They can't show like the rail gun blowing you in half or whatever.
That's why ISIS is so much better. They're putting their footage out there. They're letting the people see what's up to.
Yeah, that's how they lost, though. They gave away all their secrets.
Oh.
Yeah, they lost so hard. They're trying to come back, though.
Yeah, what was I saying about before the grandma body?
I don't know.
Oh, donating your body.
You were trying to you were trying to get my friend pregnant.
I need to see where it goes. Because what if I donate it and then they're like, yeah, we took it.
Take it and they get someone else pregnant. They mix them up.
They get like 30 women pregnant.
Oh, that happened to a guy.
What?
He donated sperm like when he was poor and a kid, and then he got older and he's like a lawyer. And then one day 23andMe came out and he's like, why do I have 35 children? And all the kids were like, what the fuck? And a bunch of them, like, their parents had got in vitro or whatever it's called, like they had been inseminated to become pregnant. It wasn't the fancy sperm they were promised from like a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. The guy did become a lawyer, but they got pregnant just by some like fucking 20-year-old college student sperm when the people were like, no, don't worry, it's an NFL running back sperm.
That's actually way better. A guy who was just a normal guy, but then overcame and became a lawyer.
Sure, I mean, it turned out good, but still, they were like, when you're getting that, they're like, don't worry, this candidate's really good. They lied. They gave him like the fucking guy's sperm, and he had like 35 kids, and a bunch of them, of course, were like, some of them were just like, hi dad, that's crazy, like you're not really my dad, but biologically it's interesting to meet you, whatever. And some of them were like, my childhood was fucking terrible, you owe me money. Some of them were like, it was crazy.
I would try to sue a lawyer,
dude. It was crazy, but it was like this whole saga for him where he had to like emotionally handle being like, I have 35 fucking kids, and he had never had kids. He like grew up and just like had never got married, never have kids. King, it's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it.
And he just fucking had all these kids, and he was just like, God damn it, what do I do?
I feel like that would kind of quell the darkness in me of like leaving a legacy. If I suddenly found out I had 35 kids, I'd be like, oh, well, I don't need to go worry about anything.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Whatever.
My seed continues.
Yeah, man. It's fucking crazy.
I don't know. I feel like I would take that news very well.
If you found out your dad was actually a different guy, would you care? Would you like want to meet him and stuff?
I would probably want to meet the new guy. I wouldn't care about. I'd still be friends with my dad.
Yeah, you'd be friends with him, but you wouldn't call him dad anymore.
I'd call him.
The way you said it was just like, yeah, I'd be cool.
I called him dad.
Yeah, yeah.
My real dad and then my dad. Which one am I talking about? True. Dad 1 and Dad A.
I remember my I almost said stepkids. My fucking stepbrothers and sisters, who my biological dad was their stepdad, they called him dad and their biological dad Papa, because they would like hang out together. So they had like different dad names for them, which was interesting. I never did that because I didn't talk to my stepdads.
So really. It made it easy.
Yeah. It made it real easy. Dude, my one stepdad I had that he was never really mean to me. It was Jared's stepdad. He was fine. Like, but I don't remember ever having a conversation with him.
Ever?
He was my stepdad for like, fuck, I mean, it had to be like 10 years or something. I never had a conversation with him ever.
Did you try or did you?
No, I was a child. I mean, I think there were times where I was like, I was like, hey, like he would address us as a group. He would be like, get away from the table, or like, Shayne, you got to do this or whatever. But he never was like, how are you? Hey, just so you know, I'm your dad. Like he never gave me advice. He never dadded me at any point. Mm-hmm. It was weird. Looking back, I'm like, man, he had to try to not talk. Like you have to be making an effort at that point.
I don't think you have to try because I won't say which parent, but I have a very similar thing with one of my parents.
Yeah, true.
We would talk and exchange information.
Yeah,
but there was never any.
There's no humanity there.
There was like the "I love you, how are you doing," but there was nothing deeper.
Yeah, you didn't get to, like, there's no human being there.
Kind of, yeah.
They're like doing a thing at you.
And you can feel it. And then like you go to your friend's house and they're like, what's up? Oh, come for a hug. And then your parents' friends are like yelling at you, like, clean this fucking room. And you're like, oh, this is kind of how it should be. Instead of someone just like, I don't even know, going through the motions, but like just someone who is worried about something else. Let's say God.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, the only information they wanted to put on you was like, if you're bad, God will be angry.
Yeah.
And so it is. I wonder how many people, because I would say I have one really good parent and one just like someone who wasn't there. They were there, but I didn't feel like it. It's very weird. I remember I was like in kindergarten or first grade. They were like, hey, make a Mother's Day card. And I was like, I don't want to. And I made my dad a Mother's Day card. Yeah. And the teacher got really angry at me. And I was like, why? I like my dad. And I just remember that. I'm like, what did like 8-year-old me know?
Even younger.
Yeah. Something. But it is one of those things where you're just like, you just don't connect with some people. I don't know,
dude.
It's a weird one.
It's fucking crazy.
So, but as long as you connect with one parent, you're doing pretty good. Some people don't connect with any of them.
Very real. Very real.
And if you have not connected with your parents or child,
just know you're connecting with us.
You can, yeah. That's real.
That's, you know what? That counts. We are your parents and children now. I'm your son and Mac is your father.
That sounds so good.
That sounds right to me.
Did you have you ever had sex with a mom and daughter at the same time?
At the same time.
I was thinking of how it.
Do you mean literally at once?
In a threesome.
Oh, no.
And I was thinking about how impossible it is to wrangle. Or it could be pretty easy.
I think it would be easy if you were a millionaire.
Okay.
I've solved it with money of things immediately.
Are easy, but I was thinking like
all things are possible through money.
Because I was gonna say there's a 10-year gap. Well, first you have to find some sick freaks who are willing to do it.
Yeah.
Which is already a red flag. I would never. Unless they were both really hot. But here's what I was thinking about.
Oh, gross. Unless you're hot.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because the daughter, she's 20 to 30.
Sure.
She's the daughter. But then the mom has to be 20 or 30 years older than her.
No.
So what?
I mean, depends.
I'm saying on average.
Sure.
If you want to break
Think about a Utah mom and daughter. Now you've got a girl who's only 19 years older than her daughter.
And the mom
the mom's only 19 years older.
I was going to say the mom's 16 years older than the daughter's 19.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? My theory is still... Forget I ever brought it up. I was just thinking like, how does that work? Are these women on these videos lying?
You've been watching a lot of these videos.
I haven't. No, it was just... Anyways. Shayne is your son, and I am your dad.
Yeah. Mac has been over here postulating to just watch one weird video on fucking RedTube, and now he's like...
I'm like, this woman is not nearly old enough to be her.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm completely pulled out of this.
I think she could get out of the washer.
Mm-hmm.
How are you stuck in this? Is it her hair that's stuck?
Doesn't make sense.
Is she?
I'm like that. I need to believe it.
No, I do too.
I need some high production values.
I remember as soon as I figured out that a bunch of that Casting Couch wasn't real as a teenager, I was like, no. Yeah, dude. Do you at any point remember thinking Bang Bus was real?
What? No, I don't.
Like when you're young, there's like a part of you that wants to believe it's like
know.
Santa, where you're like, I know that there's a magic eye, but come on, it's fun.
I know the Bang Bus isn't real when it's like, oh, who's this strange girl? Oh, your name's Riley Reed? Okay, yeah, we'll pick you up. You're like, I'm Rocco Saveri or whatever. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
That fucking animal, that dude. Yeah, when it's two famous porn stars and like, oh, amateur, we're just doing this. You're like, sure, buddy.
When you're young, though,
there needs to be more ugly people in porn.
They exist.
Yeah, but
if you click the amateur button,
I like that. I like when you see a really ugly person in a movie. I like a Coen Brother movie.
Oh, like a legit ugly person.
Like a legit. I really enjoy when a movie puts in. I'm tired of all these. If it's like a Marvel, whatever, sure, put in perfect. But there needs to be more ugly, grotesque people in movies for me to believe it.
Yeah.
I like when the A-list celebrity also gets really ugly.
Like stops and then gets ugly.
Makes himself ugly for the role.
Oh, yeah. Christian Bale does that.
A little bit. He gets really skinny.
He gets fat too.
He's a beautiful man.
Did you see him as
He was a beautiful fat man.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that movie? Who did he play? Dick Cheney.
Oh yeah.
I never saw that movie.
No.
Dick Cheney worships Moloch for sure, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Do you think George Bush is a Moloch guy, or is he stupid?
I don't. I honestly, from seeing George Bush drunk at a wedding, I think he's a decent, all right guy who was put in a no-win situation, and somehow won. Because we all know the memes. George Bush did 9/11. I don't think George Bush. I feel like he was just a goofy son, charismatic, threw that perfect pitch after 9/11. I think Dick Cheney and who's the guy who lost all the money, the billions of dollars on September 10th? He was talking to the Pentagon.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney and all those other people were pulling the string. And much like Biden now, where Biden's there and people are mad at Biden, but it's like he's not there.
Yeah.
He's just a figurehead.
I think George Bush is like the alternate universe good version of Trump, where he's like silly. Like if he had been tweeting, if we let George Bush tweet himself, he wouldn't tweet anything about politics. He'd be like,
yeah, because
I had a good corn dog today. He'd be like, oh, fucking Bush has had a corn dog.
Have you seen his paintings?
Yeah, dude.
His paintings are cool.
He'd be fucking tweeting goofy like kid shit. Just be like, hey, has anyone here seen The Witcher? Like, just, what? Why is George Bush watching The Witcher?
Dude.
You know, it'd be shit like that, dude. He'd be like, Budweiser is America's beer, not an ad. He'd be like, all right, dude, cool.
I think George Bush Sr. was evil. I think George Bush Jr., just a guy born into an evil family.
I will say that he's the only Republican president that was actually like, I don't think he was like a tough guy. Like he didn't serve in the military and do anything real.
No,
he was like in the National Guard or whatever. Yeah. But he threw perfect pitches at baseball games. He did skydive onto an aircraft carrier.
You do that. That's the thing. The president doesn't really do anything, but they need to look tough.
He did some shit. Even Obama was fucking elbowing Secret Service members at basketball games.
Obama was a good representation, and even though all the backroom, all the bombing, whatever, America's evil.
They're all evil.
America's evil. America's the most evil country to ever exist, and that's what it takes to be on top. If you like being number one, you're gonna have to do some evil shit. That's just by design.
Yeah.
And if you think China and Russia are gonna take over and be all like, "Oh, we're good. We're gonna treat everyone good now," it's just that's how human nature works. Whoever's on top, CEO, they're the bad person. You have $1 billion, you're evil. But so anyways, America, that's what I say. But the president needs to not be an old dying man.
Yeah, dude. We need to let's get a buff president.
Dude, love for Arnold to be president. He's always saying cool shit.
Yeah, dude. That guy that threw eggs on him or eggs at him, he egged him, and then Arnold didn't press charges, and then he got hit, and then immediately said, that guy owes me some bacon and toast. Fucking amazing, dude. Pretty good politician considering he was a Republican. That's wild. I forgot about that. And he married a Kennedy.
And he had sex with a Mexican maid lady.
And he had sex with a Mexican maid lady.
I think two of his sons are buff and one is fat. Which sucks.
Oh, dude.
Being the fat son.
If you're Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, like, you almost are sentenced to bodybuilding. Like, you're just like, I can't I have to have some kind of physique.
Yeah, but I also think you're exposed to it earlier, so there's no excuse.
It's like how Tony Hawk's sons, one is one of the best pro skaters alive right now, and the others, I don't even know what he does.
Here's what it is.
I know he skateboards, but it's like...
Here's what it is. Because I see it with my relationship with my dad. My dad his job was computer stuff.
Yeah.
He got into computers, like really into IT stuff. I'm talking in 1994. He was working for an internet service provider. So I'm 5-6 years old. I see what my dad does. I have an interest automatically in what my dad is doing. Probably you the same thing. Your dad's doing crime. You're like, oh, I'm going to do crime. You see that. So if your dad's Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see that as a young child and you're like, oh, I want to do that. It's already imprinted. So even to this day, I'm like, oh, I'm naturally good at computers. Even though my dad was just learning computers, I've been molded from a child, my inner child. So whatever, if you're a father right now and you want to imprint on you just got to work out for like 2 or 3 years when your children are really imprintable.
Oh, true.
And so when your kids are like, I don't know, what do you think if you want to really instill something into them?
I think from the ages...
I think
from like, you've got from 6 to 13 to get it done.
I think you go even earlier.
You got like 7 years or like 8 years. I think 13 is kind of the cutoff. After that, they're going to start hanging out with their friends, and their friends are going to have a big effect on them and stuff. But those are the times. Like, you got to get in there. You got to fucking you got to take them into the woods. You got to fucking tell your daughter, like, this is what you want from life. Like, you got to figure them, you got to get them going.
Yeah, I would say even earlier, 4.
Yeah, you got to start. I would say from like, yeah, you're right. From like 4 to 13, you got to instill in them. So here's what you do.
So if you want funny,
you just sentence yourself to be like, God damn it, I got to work hard and be all this stuff, a superhero. But as soon as they turn 13, you go, all right, I'm retiring. You're a teenager. Go out, do whatever, dude.
Unless you have multiple kids. I'm trying to think of what I would imprint. I mean, and it's just the things you do normally. If I'm into comedy, they're just going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
And then it either goes 2 ways. They get really into it or they rebel hard in their teens.
Well, you can't push it on them. You got to allow them to like discover it and enjoy it with you. You've got to do it, and then they go, hey, what are you doing? And you go, hey, you want to get in on this?
Yeah, you want to lift some weights?
You can't be like, you're going to do piano lessons. You got to play the piano well. And then your kids go, oh, Dad's always playing the piano. I really like that. I want to play the piano like Dad. And you go, I could help you. And you go, do you want to take lessons or whatever? But when people are like, you're going to do this, that's when kids are like, I mean, sometimes it could work out, but
sometimes you have to. You're like, hey, you got to go play a sport.
Yeah. That'll fuck your kid up. You've got to really like watch what they're doing, and you can kind of like guide them. They're like a little wind-up toy. You wind it up and it starts going forward, and you don't get to really pick, but you can kind of like, hey, watch out, and push it over as it keeps moving.
I'm gonna when my kids turn 4, I'm gonna just buy a bunch of clown memorabilia and turn my house and just watch clown shows and take them to the circus and be really obsessed with clowns.
Yeah.
And then the 13 suddenly stop and never bring it up again. But they'll have like this shadow of a memory of like, what the fuck is up with all those clowns? And they'll become a clown.
It's so fun to gaslight your own kids to be like from the ages of 4 until like 9, so that like later they'll be like, wait, what's that?
Why do I like clowns
Dad,
so much?
Did we have a clown house? And you go, that's insane.
What are you talking
Who would
about?
have a fucking house full of clown shit?
Are you remembering right?
All the walls were painted in wild, swirly colors. There's paintings of clowns. You used to have parties and clowns would come over. You were dressed as a clown often.
Every birthday party, a bunch of clowns.
Our car was small.
Nope, doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound real. These fucking crazy imagination you have, dude.
I'm trying to think how would you have the most successful child? What is the game you got to play?
Dude, I don't know, man. This is why you kind of want to be a father. I don't know. You have time, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's as bad as it sounds.
As a guy, I think you have.
Dude, I can't.
A little bit. I don't know.
Every year that goes on, I'm like, being a grandpa dad kind of sounds awesome.
Grandpa dad.
Dude, grandpa dad. I would love to be like 60 and then driving my kids to high school or whatever. Hey, it's me. I'm grandpa dad. And I'm like, I remember when the internet didn't exist. And people are like, what the why is your grandpa still in the third dimension? It's like, that's my dad. He doesn't exist in VR. He hates it. I'm like, what?
Dude, I don't know, man. I
would love to be grandpa dad. I don't even have to worry about seeing my kids. I don't even have to worry about all this shit I'm worrying about now because I'm going to be dead before they turn adults. So that's their problem.
True.
Easy
mode. Damn, dude. I can't wait till you have a kid.
What if I adopt a bunch of kids right before I die?
Oh, and then they have to carry your name?
And then they live in a boxcar and solve crimes together.
Oh, okay.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that could work. Wait, what's that? The plot to Hardy Boys?
Sure.
Okay.
Is that
I don't know. Wait, why don't the Hardy Boys have a father? What do you remember?
I never read any of the Hardy Boys.
I read them, but now I'm like, hold on a minute, I have questions. I can't remember. And what was the girl Hardy Boys?
Junie B. Jones?
No, there was a different one. Someone's screaming it right now into their fucking car or whatever. Oh, fuck, I read them too, and I can't remember. But there was one where it's like these two girls, they solve mysteries.
There's two of them?
I think so.
Did they team up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The girls were a group, just like the Hardy Boys. There's three Hardy Boys,
the
right?
Hardy Boys, and then the...
I think they eventually did.
And then the list of Hardy Boys characters, the Hardy Boys. What is the female equivalent of Hardy? Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew.
No, there's only one.
Oh, you're right. She was like...
That's because it only takes one woman to solve the crimes of... where it would take two men to team up.
Well, here women can't be friends with each other, so then Nancy Drew is like, nah, fuck off. No, Nancy Drew is a 1-for-1 Sherlock thing, where she's Sherlock. Nancy Drew was good too.
She didn't have a Holmes. She was mean to like her fat friend.
Oh,
who was always pointing out the obvious.
Yeah. She Dr. Watson or whatever.
Shut the fuck up, Watson.
Yeah, dude. Watson, get the fuck out of here.
I can kill you, Watson.
Why? You're a doctor. Shouldn't you be at work? He's like, no, I like mysteries. Fucking yeah, man. Now I'm trying to remember the Hardy Boys mysteries. I don't remember a lot of those. I'm trying to remember these books I read when I was really young, like 9 years old. I read a lot of Indiana Jones books when I was like 9 years old. I remember there was one where they're fighting in World War I, and they like describe, it's like 4 children, and they describe this like horrific trench battle scene where Indiana Jones is like shoveling a guy to death, and I was like, fucking Christ. Even as a kid, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Books are fucked up.
No one really could do anything in there.
No one really. Every now and then you're like, hey, we got to censor this book. It says the N-word. Or, hey, we got to censor this book. Hitler wrote it. But books, like the amount of violence and like sex and just gore and stuff that they put in books, sometimes I'm like, Jesus Christ, no movie has ever touched this. No video game comes close.
Yeah,
to some of the like horrific books I shouldn't have read as a child.
Dude, I know it.
And that's, if you're a kid, why are you listening to this podcast right now? You could be getting all kinds of sleaze in your local library.
It's true,
where
dude.
Homeless people jack off.
Yeah,
dude, that's what the real smut dealer is. The local library.
The people, there's kids playing RuneScape and fucking degenerates beating it.
I don't think kids are playing. Kids are playing Roblox now.
I think RuneScape is still really popular.
Well, yeah, with us,
I think
millennials
kids play it.
I don't think anyone under the age. All right,
I was at the library recently. A bunch of people were playing what looked like RuneScape to me.
They were probably playing a Roblox mod that looked like RuneScape. Roblox has so much fucking money. It's insane.
I should have invested in Roblox.
I told you. Let's see what their stock price is up. Just keep talking. Keep talking about Roblox.
Anyway, I was at the library recently, and it was good, dude. The library rules. You can get comic books there. You can get DVDs there. I don't think anyone watches DVDs anymore. But
it's good you didn't buy it. It's half its price.
Oh, no. Damn, dude. Now is the time to buy.
No. Actually, it's a little lower. It was really high at the end of last year.
You think who's dominating?
What? For Metaverse?
I don't know.
Fortnite versus Roblox versus Meta versus Steam's VR versus who else is getting it? Who else is going to make the Web 4.0 or whatever?
I don't even know.
I think Roblox. Is going to it gets kids early. I don't know, maybe not. It doesn't keep them.
Yeah, that's the thing is certain games can have like a broad appeal. That's also the thing is people keep thinking like, oh, we'll get kids and that's how we do it. But like, then
That's how YouTube does it.
Kind of.
Most of the money made on YouTube. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, we need to censor. We got to stop swearing, so we can make a podcast for children.
Bleep it.
I gotta find like an auto bleeper.
I think they have them.
Anyways, what you were saying?
We do need to bleep them. I cannot swear.
I could not swear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we do our next episode? Should be the clean Cowboy Boys clean episode. We're just clean the whole time. Dude, the amount of people who just literally physically can't not swear.
I get it.
I don't, dude. How do you operate in society? So you just go to your girlfriend's you meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time, and you're like, "What the fuck is up, Kyle?" Like,
all right, yeah, I don't get it.
yeah, dude. It's like so easy to just don't talk about pussy or fucking or people's head getting cut off on the internet or swear for like 2 hours.
I cannot swear, but I can't not talk about those things.
Yeah, you're gonna mention Moloch at Thanksgiving dinner with your new.
I can definitely use clean language, which has always been funny because my subject matter is going to be rated R.
It's true,
but my language, the way I'll talk about it,
you're pretty good at behaving yourself. But if someone gives you even the littlest bit, you'll escalate it to the maximum amount immediately. Like someone in a conversation will be like, "Have you heard of Hillary Clinton?" And then you'll just say the next craziest thing.
Pizzagate's real, y'all.
Yeah,
it is. Look into it. You can't because Pizzagate's real, and they censor the internet because of it. Makes too much sense. What do you do? I feel it's my responsibility to bring the message to people and whether or not they want to hear it or not.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I would feel bad if I didn't show someone something when I had the chance, rather than if I showed someone and then they rejected the message. Like Jesus. Jesus was like, here's the way, everybody. This is what you got to do. Everybody in the whole, and his job.
Wide is the path to damnation. Narrow is the gate to heaven. That's what Jesus said.
That's a good one.
Yeah. He's saying most people are going to hell.
Yeah, probably.
Which is so fucked up. You're like, oh no.
Good thing I believe in Allah.
No, it's even worse.
Why?
Because Allah is the same principle.
No, I'm.
Most people do not go to heaven.
Do you think there's? So you know how there's Black Israelites?
Yes.
The Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. Do you think there's like Latino Israelites? I want to be a brown Israelite.
I think that's what a Mormon is.
No, that's a white Israelite.
I mean, that's a Lamanite.
Lamanite. This is deep Mormon core. No stuff now. Lamanites. Interesting. We'll save this for the Patreon.
Yeah, okay.
You have to read your Book of Mormon.
Yeah, you got to get into the doctrine of the covenants and shit. It's too much.
Anyways,
dude, I'd be Mormon if they had like Catholic imagery. If they were more into like cool rituals and stuff.
I guess we got to go Catholic.
We do, man. It seems like the move. Pascal's wager, dude.
Yeah, it seems like.
Those are the only two religions to Pascal's wager are Catholic and Muslim.
I was going to say, Pascal's wager is like, it's Allah. It's Islam.
Yeah. You got to go Islam.
I got to go Islam. Unless.
It's so much work, though. Islam wants even more stuff from you than Mormons or Catholics do. I'm halfway there. I mean, I don't drink and stuff, so I'm like good to go on a lot of it. But you got to pray 5 times a day. What are the 5 pillars of Islam? You got to pay tithing.
What? In Islam?
Yes. You have to pay tithing.
Dude, I'm out. I got out of Mormon.
You got to pray 5 times a day.
God need my money? Just invent more money.
You got to pay tithing. You've got to make Mecca. Fuck, what are the other 2 pillars of Islam? I think one of them is
Mecca's cool. Traveling once in your life to visit a holy land.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's fun.
It's sick.
Tithing, dude. Do you think God takes Bitcoin?
Maybe it's not to sin, and then the fifth one is to eat halal. I fucking don't know. So let's see. I'm gonna look it up now because I'm mad. I forgot it. 5 pillars of Islam. Should we give it a fucking? We were supposed to go to church and talk about it. Fasting on fucking Ramadan. God damn it! I fucked it up. I knew it, dude. I'm a terrible Muslim.
Dude, I'm going back to Mormonism. You can donate. You can pay your tithing in Bitcoin.
You can really?
Well, back in the day, your tithing was you could pay in chickens and cows. So of course they're like, yeah,
whatever you got to pay in. So you have to have a testimony. Is one of the pillars of Islam. For those of you who don't know, in Mormonism, a testimony is when you come up and you basically like profess that you believe God is real and the church is true. And a lot of churches do that, but testimony is a very specific Mormon thing that you do often throughout your life. So you have to do that. You have to profession of faith. You have to pray 5 times a day facing Mecca. You have to, you have to do alms, which is, of course, paying the church, which every church has you do. I think even Buddhists do that.
What?
Yeah, man. It's how they have to make money somehow.
Dude,
fasting.
we gotta come up with a new religion where we pay you. It's gonna be a Ponzi scheme.
Ooh.
Ooh, there's Jesus coin. Should we buy some? All right, this has been the episode. If you would like to support Cowboy Boys, go to cowboyboys.store, buy some beautiful merch that I'm wearing right now.
Fucking
we got
awesome.
shirts. You can, if you would like more of this podcast, you could go to patreon.com/cowboyboys and listen for more. We post videos, audio there, sometimes pictures, sometimes more. If you would like to rate and review, that helps us, but not really, but it's fun to do. What else? Subscribe to us on youtube.com. Cowboy Boys Podcast. You can comment there. There was something I wanted to say, but I forgot. Oh, all of our YouTube videos are getting flagged for copyright infringement. We need someone, and I saved this for the end because I want a real fan. If you make music and would like to sell us or make an original new theme song,
true,
outro music, we will.
Outro or intro?
Both. We're getting flagged on every single piece of. I might not even include it. So we got to stop swearing, or at least bleep the swears, and we got to start. We got to start. We need original music because just everything is. YouTube's like, hey man, what are you doing? I'm like, sorry, I bought the rights, but then when you buy the rights from the stupid Storyblocks company, they're like, yeah, you have the rights, and then it still gets flagged.
They flag my own stuff on my own shit. And I've like contacted people to get it taken care of, and they're like, what do you want us to do? Contact YouTube ourselves. Like the machine is so large and unwieldy, there's like nothing. You just have to have a wholly original thing.
You have to have you have to have a song, and then you can't even like upload it to Spotify because then it just has to be your song that you're okay with other people stealing, which I would be. But I'm going to pay if you make music, if you can make cowboy music, if you want to come at us, send me, DM me, and be like, hey, I make music. Oh, here's what I got for you. We'll talk.
The Unsubscribed podcast.
Oh,
they have a cool intro that someone made them. It's very fun.
I'll go listen.
Yeah, you should. It's pretty decent.
So that's all I got. You got anything?
No.
Nothing.
No. I'm fucking vibing out, dude. I got nothing. Because I have shows, but they're all sold out.
Ooh, humble brag.
Yeah. And they're far away from now.
Yeah. See you next year for those shows. This has been an episode. Yeehaw.
Love you guys. Bye.